Getty royal wedding. Royals have often married commoners throughout history. There have been plenty of modern examples of royals and commoners coming together, but it's taken around 2,000 years to come to this point, and not all of the unions have ended happily ever after. In England, Queen Elizabeth II must give her written consent for members of her family to get married. This practice dates back to the Royal Marriages Act of 1772, which protects against marriages that might diminish the status of the royal house, but luckily, the modern-day royal family are now a lot more open-minded than they were throughout history. The marriage of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge was the second time a royal married a commoner in the UK since Elizabeth Woodville married Edward IV in 1464 in a secret ceremony, but since Edward and Elizabeth's union, other monarchies around the world have keenly brought royals and non-royals together in matrimony, but what became of their fairy tale partnerships? Ahead of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's big day, we look at 6 other fairy tale unions, in chronological order, which bucked the trend of royalty sticking to their own. King Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson, 1937. Divorcee Wallis Simpson, from Baltimore, U.S., met Edward, Prince of Wales in 1931. While she was still married, Edward still had a mistress in the form of Lady Furness. But 3 years later, Wallis and Edward fell in love. Getty Wallis and the Duke of Windsor, pictured in 1942 following the death of King George V on the 20th of January 1936, and on becoming King Edward VIII, he told of his wish to marry Wallis. Stanley Baldwin, the British Prime Minister at the time, presented him with 3 options: abandon the idea of marrying Wallis, marry against ministers' wishes, or abdicate the throne. Edward, stuck in the middle, abdicated from the throne in 1936 and married Wallis in 1937. Getty Grace Kelly marries Prince Rainier, April 1956. The couple moved to France where Edward, in exile, with Ms. Simpson and remained there for the rest of his life. Prince Rainier marries Grace Kelly, 1956. One of the most famous examples of the rags to riches trend, actress Grace Kelly, met Prince Rainier III of Monaco while heading the U.S. delegation at the Cannes Film Festival in 1955. After secretly corresponding with each other, Rainier flew to the U.S. to meet Kelly's family. They shortly announced they would become engaged. It was dubbed the wedding of the century, but Grace's family had to pay a huge $2 million dowry for the wedding to go ahead. Tragically, Kelly, who retired from film to concentrate on royal duties, led in a car accident on the 14th of September 1982, aged 52. Crown Prince Frederick marries Mary Elizabeth Donaldson, 2000. Mary Donaldson from Tasmania first crossed paths with Prince Frederick at Sydney pub The Slip-In during the 2000 Olympics. Completely unaware that Frederick was heir to the Danish throne, they later married and now have 4 children. King Felipe marries Queen Letizia of Spain, 2004. The Spanish were less open to idea of a commoner marrying a member of the Spanish royal family, and Letizia is the first commoner to have ever become queen. Letitia, before meeting King Felipe, was a divorcee who had a live-in boyfriend, causing widespread raising of eyebrows across Spain. It reportedly took Felipe 5 attempts to persuade journalist Letizia to go on a date with him after they met at a dinner party. They went public in 2003, which took the public by surprise, and as her first marriage was a civil ceremony, the Catholic Church did not demand an annulment for the couple to eventually marry, which they did in 2004. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden marries Daniel Westling, 2010. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden met her husband, then Daniel Westling and now Duke of Västergötland, at the gym. He was the princess' personal trainer. News of their relationship broke in 2002. In 2006 their engagement was announced and the couple tied the knot officially in 2010, and they now have 3 children. Prince William marries Kate Middleton, 2011. The future king met Kate at St Andrews University, Scotland. Following a lengthy courtship and brief separation, the couple announced their engagement in November 2010. They married in a lavish ceremony at Westminster Abbey in front of 2,000 people in April 2011. Now the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge reside at Kensington Palace with their 3 children, Prince George, Prince Charlotte and Prince Louis.